This is a story about a man who lost everything: his job, his home, his dignity. But more importantly, this is a story about what he found when he had nothing left to lose. His name was Johnson, and this is how he went from nothing to something. It's 5:47 a.m. on a Tuesday morning in November. While most people are waking up in warm beds, Johnson is already awake behind a dumpster on 5th Street. The cardboard box he's sleeping in doesn't keep out the cold, and it definitely doesn't keep out the rain. Johnson pulls his thin jacket tighter. It's the same jacket he wore to his last job interview 6 months ago, before everything fell apart. You see, Johnson wasn't always homeless. 2 years ago, he had a normal life. He worked at a small accounting firm. He had an apartment. He had a routine. But then his mother got sick, cancer, stage 4. Johnson took time off to care for her. Days turned into weeks. His boss was understanding at first, but eventually, "We have to let you go, Johnson, I'm sorry." Mother passed away 3 weeks later. The medical bills came next. Mountains of them. Then the eviction notice. One day, he packed what he could carry and walked out of his apartment for the last time. That was 8 months ago. Now Johnson's stomach growls. He can't remember his last real meal. Yesterday, someone threw away half a sandwich. The day before, crackers from a community center. This is survival now. Not living, just surviving. He stands up, his joints aching, and folds his cardboard carefully. He walks toward the public library where he'll spend his day. It's warm there. The librarian, Mrs. Chen, doesn't kick him out as long as he's respectful. Small mercies. That's what life is made of now. As Johnson walks past a coffee shop, he catches his reflection in the glass. He barely recognizes himself. His hair unkempt, his face weathered, his eyes soul-tired. For a moment, Johnson wonders if this is all that's left, if he'll spend the rest of his life invisible, forgotten. But then something catches his eye. On the ground near the entrance, someone has dropped a flyer. Johnson picks it up. Wrinkled and damp, but he can still read it. Community Kitchen seeks volunteers. Make a difference. Every hand helps. Johnson stares at those words. Make a difference. When you have nothing, when you feel like nothing, those words hit differently. He folds the flyer and puts it in his pocket. Maybe it's the first spark of something that's been dead for 8 months. Hope. 3 days pass. Johnson carries that flyer like a secret. The logical part of his brain says this is ridiculous. He's homeless. He's the person who needs help, not someone who can give it. But another part whispers, what if? Friday morning at the library, Johnson asks Mrs. Chen if he can use the computer. He types the address from the flyer. Hope's Table, 6 blocks away. Hands shake as he writes down the address. The walk feels longer than 6 blocks. With every step, doubt floods in. They won't want you. Look at you, you're homeless. This is a mistake. But his feet keep moving forward. Hope's Table is in the basement of an old church. Johnson stands outside for 5 minutes, staring at the door. Through a window, he sees people working, laughing. The door suddenly opens. A woman in her 50s with graying hair and a flower-covered apron nearly bumps into him. "Oh, I'm sorry. Are you here for lunch? We're serving until 2 o'clock. Johnson's throat feels tight. I saw a flyer about volunteers. Face lights up like he just told her she won the lottery. "You want to volunteer? That's wonderful. I'm Marie. I run this place. Come in." Johnson hesitates. "I should tell you, I don't have." Marie looks at him, and her expression softens with understanding. "Honey, I don't care where you sleep at night. I care if you're willing to work. Can you chop vegetables?" Johnson nods. "Then you're hired. Come on." Kitchen is beautiful chaos. Volunteers everywhere stirring pots, cutting bread, setting up tables. The smell makes Johnson's stomach ache. Marie hands him an apron. "We're making soup. Can you handle carrots and celery?" Another volunteer, a younger man with tattoos, nods at Johnson. "Hey man, I'm Diego. Welcome." Johnson picks up a knife. His hands remember the motion from years ago, back when he had a kitchen. He starts cutting carrots. Slice, slice, slice. The first time in 8 months, his mind goes quiet. No shame, no regret, just carrots, knife, cutting board. Diego works beside him. You done this before, you're pretty good. I used to cook, Johnson says quietly. A long time ago. Well, you haven't lost it. It's such a simple compliment. But to Johnson, it feels like someone just told him he's still human, still capable, still worth something. 2 hours later, Marie rings a bell. People file into the dining area. Johnson watches from the doorway. He sees faces he recognizes, people from the streets, but also families, veterans, working people who can't make ends meet. Marie appears with 2 bowls of soup. Here, she says, handing him one. You worked, you eat. Johnson stares at the bowl. Steam rises, carrying something he hasn't felt in a long time. Dignity. After lunch, Marie pulls Johnson aside. You did good work today. Would you want to come back next Friday? Johnson feels something crack open in his chest. Not breaking, opening. Yes, I'd like that. Marie smiles. Good, come at 11:30 before service. You help cook, you eat, deal. No pity, no condescension, just dignity for dignity. Deal, Johnson whispers. Friday becomes Johnson's favorite day. Every week at 11:30 a.m. he arrives. He washes his hands properly, ties on his apron, works. Week by week, something inside him heals. On the 4th Friday, a young man walks in. Late 20s, lost. His eyes have that same hollow look Johnson recognizes. Recently homeless. The man stands frozen in the doorway. Johnson walks over. First time here. The man nods. I'm just really hungry. Come on, Johnson says gently. Best soup you'll ever have, I'm Johnson. Aaron. They shake hands, and Johnson realizes something profound. A month ago, he was Aaron, but now he's the one welcoming others, the familiar face, the one offering comfort. When did he become the helper, instead of just the helped? After service, Marie approaches Johnson as he washes dishes. I saw you with Aaron, that was beautiful. She pauses. Johnson, we're starting a training kitchen, teaching cooking skills for food service jobs, 6-week course, free, job placement help after. Johnson freezes. Marie, You're a natural, I've watched you. You worked in food service before, didn't you? Johnson sets down the pot. His hands shake. In college, I was a line cook, loved it, but my parents wanted me to get a real degree, so I did accounting. He laughs bitterly. Spent 15 years doing something I never loved. Maybe this is your second chance, Marie says softly. The class starts in 2 weeks, think about it. That night behind his dumpster, Johnson can't sleep. A training program, a path forward. But the doubts are loud. You're homeless. No restaurant will hire you, no address, no phone. This is just another disappointment. He pulls out the worn flyer. Make a difference. Every hand helps. He thinks about Aaron, about Diego, who was homeless for 2 years and now volunteers with a smile, about Marie, who sees potential instead of a problem. Staying here, giving up, letting life happen to him, that's the only guaranteed failure. The next Friday, Johnson approaches Marie during a quiet moment. About the training program, I want to do it, I want to try. Marie's face breaks into the biggest smile. Johnson, I'm so proud of you. Monday morning, Johnson stands outside Hope's table, terrified but determined. Inside are 7 students. Tanya, a single mother, Robert, a veteran, Carmen, transitioning from prison, each with their own story. Welcome, Marie says. Over 6 weeks, we'll teach you skills that can change your lives. But more than that, we'll show you that your past doesn't define your future. Now, let's cook. The training is intense. Knife skills, food safety, meal prep. Johnson's muscle memory is stronger than he thought. His hands remember things his mind had forgotten. But it's hard. By the first Wednesday, Johnson's body screams. That night behind the dumpster, he can barely move. Everything hurts. Maybe I'm too old, too broken. but he thinks about Robert's pride butterflying a chicken, Carmen's laughter over perfectly seasoned soup, Marie's words, "Your past doesn't define your future." He makes himself a promise, just one more day. Week 5 brings the exam. Each student prepares a 3-course meal for local restaurant owners who might offer interviews. Johnson chooses his menu carefully: butternut squash soup, his mother's favorite; pan-seared salmon, his first successful college dish; chocolate pot de creme, something sweet after something bitter. The 2 hours pass in a blur. Johnson moves like he was born in that kitchen. When time is called, his plates are beautiful. One judge, Carlos, who owns a downtown bistro, tastes each dish. He looks up. "Where did you train?" "Here, just here." In 6 weeks, Carlos exchanges glances with the other judges. "Do you have a phone number, an address?" Johnson's heart sinks. "No." The room goes quiet. Of course they won't hire someone with no. "Here's my card," Carlos says. "Come by Thursday morning, 8 a.m. We'll talk about a position. Bring your knife kit." Johnson stares, unable to speak. "I don't care where you sleep. I care that you can cook, and you can cook." Thursday morning, Johnson stands outside Carlos's bistro, terrified and hopeful. At 8 a.m. sharp, he knocks. Carlos answers in chef's whites. "Johnson, you're on time, come in." "My sous chef left. I need someone for breakfast and lunch Tuesday through Saturday. $15 an hour plus tips, 1 meal per shift. Can you commit to showing up and working hard?" "Yes." "You start Tuesday, 6 a.m. Just like that, a real job. With the job comes everything else. A bank account. Marie lets him use Hope's Table as his address. With proof of employment, he gets into transitional housing. A small room with a bed and a door that locks. The first night in that bed, Johnson lies awake in disbelief. 6 months ago, he was behind a dumpster. Now he's here. Months pass. Johnson works hard. He saves. Eventually, he gets his own studio apartment. He's promoted to sous chef. Every Sunday, he volunteers at Hope's Table, teaching new students, sharing his story. Johnson's story isn't about a miracle. He didn't win the lottery or become rich. His story is about resilience. It's about hitting rock bottom and choosing to climb. About accepting help and giving help. About community, compassion, and believing that every person has value. There are thousands of Johnsons out there, people who have lost everything, people who are invisible. But here's what his story teaches us. You are not your circumstances. You are not your worst moment. You are not your failures. You are your choices, your persistence, your willingness to take one more step when you can't see the path. From nothing to something isn't a destination. It's a journey. It's never too late to take the first step. Johnson still remembers the cold nights, but he also remembers the moment everything changed. Not when he got the job, not when he got the apartment. The moment he picked up that flyer and decided to try. That's when nothing became something. And that's when Johnson became Johnson again. If you or someone you know needs help, please reach out. There are people who care. There are places like Hope's Table. You are not alone. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it inspiring, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Your support helps this channel grow and brings you more motivating stories and powerful content. Stay inspired, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next one.